we do need to decarbonize the transport sector urgently. People say it's not the right time to do this, but many people think it's never the right time. And on top, we are seeing enormously high oil prices despite the recession. So also economically speaking, it's a very good idea to start spending less on oil and more on clever ways to move ourselves around.
We have several kinds of energy we can still develop, like algae energy out of the sea and other power of waves, for example, and oil made out of wood. So several things are just very small and in the beginning of development. And I would like to really have the possibility to develop everything parallel and use it afterwards and have the user market ready to pay for it.
Decarbonization needs to be done on a worldwide basis. Doing more with less is feasible, and I think products will be selected as we go forward towards mitigating climate change. We will select the right energy for their cost effectiveness, including a cost of carbon.
We need very low CO2 standards for cars. We need an ambitious low carbon fuel standard. We need very strong incentives in our spending in the cohesion funds.
We have the energy tax directive, which could give a level playing field for all energy with the CO2 components to that will drive investment into the best energy. They can also propose a CO2 price across the economy. That's what's needed for transport. Like this, all energy in transport will compete on a level playing field.
We won't have economic growth if we won't be sustainable. I think in the long run it's really good to have both together.
Growth is compatible with less energy use. The problem that I see is European competitiveness. You know, countries and regions compete. We need to be good and as good as the others, and we can't put ourselves in a weak spot by which we mandate stuff which are not cost competitive on a worldwide basis. We need a competitive economy and competitive industry.
Europe up to now always has been in lead of renewable energy production and using renewable energy and being more sustainable in the behavior in general. And that really gives us a possibility to have developed both together, growth and good transport and sustainability.
Policymakers needs to give us framework in which we can invest and have return. Needs to be as simple as possible.
A white paper is something like the Bible for the future of transport. We have visions and we have several figures for having more sustainable transport and less emissions and less noise and all this. And we need the figures just to have a name we can come towards to. But of course, the white paper has to be followed by several other regulations.
It's no longer the discussion about the 2050 targets. We need to move to concrete actions now, and I see the commitment of all the actors, so I'm looking forward to a constructive discussion on concrete proposals the Commission will present with members of Parliament, with the stakeholders, with the members from the Member States.
We also look forward to a resolution of the mess that Europe's fuel policy is in. We just cannot get it sorted out that we want low carbon fuels in the European market and not the high carbon ones.
We need to take an integrated approach. The mobility aspects, the energy aspects, the land use aspects, to integrate them better in order to have more efficient transport with less impact on environment and better impact on the performance of economies.
If you look at the history of energy, it was wood before, it moved to coal, then it moved to oil, then it moved to gas, then it moved to hydropower, nuclear and renewable. We will always be there if we can add value. Technology and research is the fundamental. So focus on technology, research, preparing, the technology of the future, and technology investment by the companies, not by the states, when actually the market conditions are the right ones.